Halloween Horror Nights is the world's premier Halloween event. With 10 terrifying haunted houses, 5 scare zones, and some wild entertainment, there's only one thing truly scarier than all of that: the food. Today we are here at Universal Orlando to try the 10 craziest foods at Halloween Horror Nights. Year after year, the food at Halloween Horror Nights haunts me. I think I'm still having nightmares from last year's Kool-Aid hot dog in a funfetti cake bun with bubblegum mustard. This year, I will admit they have scaled back from that level of terror, but there are still some pretty outrageous foods. I compiled a list of the top 10 craziest foods you can find here, starting with the food from Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. And here at the Ghostbusters booth, they surely have a ton of really strange food. We're gonna start by trying some of the corn dogs. This is the Slimer's Korean corn dog. It's a Korean cheese dog with Fritos coated with Cheetos powder, ghost pepper spice, sage derby cheese, and mozzarella. Hoping for a cheese pull with this one, but doesn't this just like look gross? Okay, so I totally thought that first bite was gonna be cheese, but it was dog. So we've got to get a little bit deeper into this glizzy here. There seems to be a ton of breading here and not that much of the fillings, but I think this bite is gonna give us a cheese pull. Okay, so I totally wasn't expecting the cheese inside to be like greenish blue. We did get a little bit of a cheese pull. That's probably because I got this one piping hot, piping fresh. They are frying them fresh in there. And this was as fresh as they can get. I waited a while for it. But I feel like the cheese, although it's probably just food coloring, it kind of tastes like a little fruity. Yeah. Like it tastes like it has a hint of fruit in there. Overall, not sure if this is a real winner. Like I said, a lot of breading, not a lot of stuff on the inside, and that fruit flavor is kind of throwing me off a bit. The second corn dog that they have here that we are trying is the Frozen Death Chill. It's a Korean corn dog dipped mint cheesecake with bugles and glitter. I must say, a mint cheesecake corn dog is something that I never thought I would be eating, and especially one that looks like this with all the bugles on it. The glitter is crazy. Let's try this out. Oh man, that first bite really was not good at all. A lot of food dye in there, but just the flavor of the mint overall, I didn't really care for. I want to try another bite here. Okay, still not great. It's definitely not great, and it's probably something I would not get again. But it's definitely fun to try, and with every bite, I'm kind of enjoying it a little bit more. The first bite, the mint was like so in my face, it tasted like toothpaste, and I hate when mint tastes like toothpaste. I like when mint is paired with chocolate, so that it kind of takes away from that toothpastey kind of flavor. My second bite didn't have as much toothpaste flavor. The bugles make it a little bit difficult to eat and kind of like crack the inside of your mouth a little bit, if that makes sense. It kind of like hurts to bite down on with the bugles on there. But after a couple bites, it's not as bad as I thought it was in the beginning. Second up on our list is also from the Ghostbusters booth. This is the Mini Stay Puft S'more. It's a mini Stay Puft Marshmallow Man with a chocolate bar and a graham cracker. Now, this is the first night of Halloween Horror Nights, and this is already, I would say, probably the most viral food item from this event. It's literally just a marshmallow with chocolate on a graham cracker. Now, over in Disney Springs, at the Ganachery, they have this incredible house-made s'more where they're charging about the same price, but they are giving you a handmade graham cracker. It's soft, it's delicious. Here, they're pretty much using just like a store-bought graham cracker, so I wish there was a little bit more of an effort made on that aspect of it, but it is definitely cute with the little Marshmallow Man. I've never seen Ghostbusters, don't hate me, so I don't know really the reference to this. And Mr. Marshmallow Man is literally just like sliding right on my, oh my gosh, this is so chocolatey. How am I gonna do this? I should have got napkins. This definitely isn't the best s'more I've ever had. Obviously, at the Ganachery in Disney Springs, like I mentioned, that is numero uno, and there is no doubt about that. It's not that great, I will say, because it tastes of gasoline. They're using a blowtorch to kind of melt these, so it doesn't have like that fresh like wood fire. Like if you're burning them over a campfire, like it's not better than a campfire s'more that you can make yourself. But it is definitely a fun treat, has a great design, and I imagine if you like Ghostbusters, you definitely want to grab this. After Ghostbusters, we are going to hit up the Quiet Place food booth. We will, of course, be getting a couple of different foods from this booth, but I do want to point out that I was the first paying customer at the Quiet Place food booth this Halloween Horror Nights 2024. I feel so accomplished, and the event is kind of starting. All the music's kind of starting. 6 o'clock is here. The event officially starts at 6:30, but they're bringing things out a little bit early, so we've been able to get a couple of these things a bit early with Stay and Scream. The third craziest food on our list from the Quiet Place is Millbrook's Baked Beans. They're quietly cooked baked beans with mashed potatoes, cheddar cheese, and a cornbread muffin. Now, I'm not really too sure who wants to eat baked beans in 95-degree heat in the middle of August, but here we are. Here we are. We're eating baked beans and mashed potatoes.
Get that cornbread in there.
Oh, I should get a bite with the cornbread. I love cornbread. I think they got those Heinz beans on deck. They've got the Idahoan, what is it, the little powdered mashed potatoes. For sure, these are powdered mashed potatoes. And you get 1 scoop of mashed potatoes and probably 1 scoop of beans and a half of a cornbread. You couldn't even splurge for an entire cornbread muffin for this like $9 price tag. Come on. And I mean, this is just nothing special. It's literally beans with mashed potatoes. You can't even really taste the cheese. And for $9, this is definitely crazy. You know, that price tag makes it a bit crazy, even crazier than eating baked beans in 95-degree weather. But hey, probably not something I would get again. Number 4 on our list, also from a Quiet Place, is the Wooden Board Eclair. This is a spicy dark chocolate pastry cream filled eclair dipped in chocolate ganache with a bloody chocolate plank. Now, just like described, we've got the eclair underneath, and then we've got the chocolate wooden board. They've kind of etched it to look like a piece of wood, and we've got the nail with the blood right on top. I feel like there's only one way to do this. Sorry, Promise wants to take a bite of this after me.
No, go for it.
There's only one way to do this. I don't know how I'm gonna eat all this.
You got it. You got it.
The chocolate has to go. The chocolate piece has to go.
Yeah, just try the eclair.
Just the eclair. Now, the reason this is so crazy, of course, is because of that spicy chocolate pastry cream. And now, as I'm talking, it's really hitting the back of my throat. At first, it's like a nice chocolate, you know? It's a nice eclair, nice chocolate fudgy flavor. And then once you give it a few seconds, then it hits you in the back of the throat, and you can feel that spice. It reminds me a lot of the chocolate chili ice cream from Florine Fortescue's over in Harry Potter area, as I'm talking with like chocolate all over my fingers here. It reminds me a lot of that, but I think it is a little bit better than that. I don't like that ice cream because I feel like it's like too overpowering of an aftertaste. This is a little bit of a less overpowering spice. After eating that chocolate board, I kind of went back up where they serve the food to grab some napkins because that chocolate was just everywhere. And I noticed something that was really cool that they're actually doing at this booth. Now, I've never seen the movie, but I have heard that there's kind of like no talking in the movie, and the team members at the booth aren't talking. They kind of are using sign language, and they also have little designs like on their little booth there, and they point to which one the person got instead of talking out loud to their fellow team members. And that is just really cool, immersive theming. I didn't notice that when I was up there at first, and now it kind of hit me, and I'm like, wow, that's really cool. Now we have made our way over to the Cafe La Bamba area to hit up our next food booth. This is Monstruos, the Monsters of Latin America. We're gonna be getting 2 items from this booth, both of which just sound almost too nasty to eat. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I didn't really ever plan on eating anything in my life called a heartbeat tostada or a spinal column pincho. But I will say, the name is kind of what's throwing it off because both of these dishes actually look to be fairly good. We're gonna start by trying the heartbeat tostada. This is a red beet tartare with hummus, vegan feta, and watercress on a crispy tortilla. I'm not quite sure what is making this $7.50 since I could get probably about 3 menu items from Taco Bell for the same price with meat, and I think the Taco Bell items will probably be better, but we'll see, maybe not. This is a vegan item, let's go for it. I feel a little bit like Dwight Schrute saying this, but I do enjoy a good like pickled beet, and these are some pickled beets. There's a little bit of a vinegary flavor in there. The hummus is really nice and creamy, and that vegan feta cheese tastes just like the real deal. You got the crispness from the tortilla. This is pretty tasty, and if you're vegan, I definitely say come and grab this. As a non-vegan, I am definitely going to really enjoy this. But at $7.50, I'm not quite sure I can justify the price for some beets, some vegan feta, some hummus, and a crispy tortilla, you know? And I know I'm dogging on the price a little bit. I know the price of food at like theme parks is obviously more than like it would be in the real world, I guess you could say. But specifically the price of foods at Halloween Horror Nights are way more than you would find at any like other like theme park festival, I guess. Like I was just at Food and Wine Festival at Epcot, and the most expensive thing I bought was like a lobster tail for like $13. But most of the food, you know, you could find a good amount of food for like $5-6. Here at Halloween Horror Nights, it's definitely gonna be a bit pricier than those like Epcot festival prices. But with that being said, the heartbeat tostada, I think out of everything that I have tried so far, which still hasn't been too much yet, I think that is the tastiest item I have had. Now, I know I keep harping on the price. Again, at $7.50, I don't know if I would get it again. Like, you know, that's quite a bit of money for just this, you know, this tiny tostada here. If it was priced at like $5, I'd probably get this every time I came to Halloween Horror Nights. So it's good to try, maybe once. If you're vegan, definitely, like I said, come try this out. But it's good to try once. Probably wouldn't be like an every night thing for me though. Well, our next crazy food is the spinal column pinchos. This is grilled chicken tenders with a red chimichurri. The fact that this is called spinal column is really throwing me off a little bit here. But let's do this. That chimichurri definitely has a little bit of a kick to it. The chicken itself is super dry here. I think they probably should have used chicken thighs on this. I believe it is two chicken tenders on here, but they are pretty large chicken tenders. But overall, the meat is dry. I feel like the chimichurri is kind of giving this all the flavor, which the flavor from the chimichurri is great. And I do think this is not a bad portion size. This is pretty big, and it's really, I know you guys can't tell, but it's really heavy actually. I got the camera out too late, but some of the scare actors from the scare zone right here just kind of walked by that little pathway, and one leaned over and just said my name, and I gotta say, that definitely creeps me out a little bit. Nothing like eating a spinal cord while getting your name screened out by a scare actor. If you're watching this video, you got me a little bit. It was a little spooky. Here some come again. What a sight. This is quite the table here. This guy's creepy. You never know what to expect at Halloween Horror Nights. Hi! Now I feel like I gotta keep an eye out. I gotta keep like looking over my shoulder, because if one catches me off guard, they would definitely scare me. I'm gonna have to move tables. Now I can't stop looking. Alrighty, after a quick food break, we actually ended up catching Nightmare Fuel, the first show of the event. By the way, if you guys are coming to Halloween Horror Nights, definitely make sure you check out Nightmare Fuel. You don't want to miss it. But we made our way back to the animal actors area. They have a couple foods here that I'm definitely going to try. And I think I have officially found the crowd. Everyone is here in line for the walking taco. We are definitely not getting the walking taco because that is way too normal. It is a lot of people's favorite food here at Halloween Horror Nights, as you can tell from the crazy long lines. But there are a couple other things here that are a little bit stranger. Well guys, I have picked up my food and I think I've done it. I think I found the two most gross looking things at Halloween Horror Nights though. Now I know the food is supposed to look gross because this is a horror event, so it fits in with the theme. But this looks to be just not the best. I hope that like they're just masking the good taste with the look, because there looks to be bean juice all over this hot dog. And this looks like it might be poop. These are the rocks from hell. They're crispy jalapeno and cheddar cheese stuffed lumps of coal. And if that doesn't sound delicious, I don't know what does. So let's eat the poop first. And I cannot believe I just said that. But it does! Look! Okay, let's try it out. I'm a little scared. And in a shocking turn of events, the poop is actually pretty good. I mean, the outside is just probably just like dough that they dyed black, obviously, and then the inside just tastes like something that you would dip a pretzel in. When you get a bite with the peppers in it, it actually has a pretty decent kick, but not too spicy at all. It's a little bit congealed. The cheese inside is a little bit congealed, and I wish this was maybe like a mac and cheese bite. Like, I feel like I'm just eating like clumps of cheese that I should be dipping a pretzel in. The looks were deceiving, guys. I am pleasantly surprised by these little nuggets. This, however, I do not have much hope for. This is the Summer Camp hot dog. It's a deep fried all beef Nathan's hot dog topped with Tostitos nacho cheese, baked beans, pepper relish, and Doritos crumble. Except it's actually not Doritos. They actually have Cheetos on top of that, which is fine with me. I enjoy a good Cheeto every now and then. And when I went to order this, the team member at the register looked at me like I was kind of crazy because it's at the same stand that the walking taco is at. So everyone is in line for the walking taco. Meanwhile, I just waited like 35 minutes for some little cheese nuggets and this hot dog that it looks repulsive. But that is the point of this Halloween Horror Nights food. The bean juice on the side of the bun here is really throwing me off and make me not even want to hold this. And there's some on the bottom too. It's kind of really gross, but let's try this out. It's definitely the beans that is making me not enjoy this, because I feel like all the other toppings are pretty good on a hot dog, you know? Cheese, a nice pepper relish, some Cheetos, that all sounds good on a Nathan's hot dog. The beans are what I have the issue with. And I don't know what's up with Halloween Horror Nights and beans this year. We had the beans and mashed potatoes, and now we have beans on a glizzy. Beans like this do not belong. They're a little bit sweet, and the texture of them is like they're too soft, so they're like mush with that soft bread. It just, the beans are throwing me off. If I were to ever want a hot dog here and want to get this, I would ask for it without the beans. Because like I said, the pepper relish, you know, that's actually good and stuff, but the beans are a no-go for me. Well, guys, we only have 2 foods left on our list. Both of our last 2 foods are coming from the Triplets of Terror booth, which is a truck located here by Simpsons Land. It has been a very long night, and I am very happy to be on the final 2 foods, and I'm so proud of myself because I actually understand like the lore behind the menu of this food booth. It makes a lot of sense now, and it's actually very thought out, very well thought out. Usually I'm not one to like get into the lore of Halloween Horror Nights. I just love coming to Halloween Horror Nights because I love the vibe and just like kind of hanging out with my friends. That's why I've never made a video here. I just kind of just like come and enjoy. And it's just such a fun time coming here, but I never really like get into the houses. I enjoy them and I enjoy going in them, but I'm not one of those people that like kind of does all their research about the houses and is like super obsessed with one house. That's just not me. I just come here. Sometimes me and my friends come at like midnight and we leave at 2. It's open until 2 o'clock. That's like, it's so much fun. But yeah, I actually understand the lore behind this house and the lore behind this menu. And that is because I did an Unmasking the Horror tour. A couple of weeks ago, I did one of the 3 house Unmasking the Horror tours, where we actually get to go through the houses with the lights on, with a guide, take photos and all that stuff. And it was really cool kind of getting to see behind the scenes. And since I did that, my tour guide kind of explained to me the story behind the Triplets of Terror house. Essentially, 3 triplets go on a killing spree every 10 years. And it's always on their birthday. So the kind of like menu reflects the birthday. I know with the burger, they had a say cheeseburger, it said. And it had a little pic in it that said like happy birthday. So as soon as I saw that, that's when I was like, wait, I understand it. We also have the bloody goodie bag, which is like a chicken tender basket, and then we have like a dessert sample or with a little cupcake, a funfetti cake for their birthday. I know my brother Ryan would be very proud of me for explaining that whole house to you guys, so I'll have to send him this clip because I know he doesn't watch my videos. But let's try this bloody goodie bag first. This has crispy chicken chunks with fries, pepper and onion mix, and a bloody good sauce. Now I didn't get this because it looks crazy. It honestly looks quite delicious, but I didn't know how it looked. All I saw was bloody goodie bag, and I was like, that sounds crazy. That's got to be on the list. But let's grab a little bite of chicken, a little French fry here with some sauce, and we'll try this out. The sauce is like a hot honey, which I love a good hot honey. The peppers and onions are kind of an odd thing to put on there. I wouldn't expect it with chicken nuggets and fries really. All of it, however, is a bit soggy, especially the fries. The fries are really, really soggy. I want to try this chicken on its own here. That piece of chicken was good, but I can't tell if this here is a piece of chicken or like a wonton chicken. I think that's chicken skin. Definitely chicken skin, and that is definitely delicious, especially with that sauce. Now that chicken skin was crisp. These fries could take a lesson or two from that. There isn't that much chicken in here overall. It's mostly fries, and then you've got two pieces of that crispy chicken skin. But honestly, that skin is so good, especially in the hot honey sauce. I'm quite impressed. I gotta say, this is probably my favorite thing that I've tried so far. And out of everything that I've tried, I know everything is kind of like a novelty item. They're not like really things that I would get really every time I come. This, however, this is something I would get every time I come to Halloween Horror Nights at $10. It's a nice little snack. You get your chicken, your fries, covered in that hot honey sauce. The skin, the chicken skin was such an unexpected surprise. I will be getting this many times this season. Next up, we've got the Slashed Siblings Sweet Sampler. This is a trio of a bubblegum mousse balloon, funfetti cupcake, and a chocolate cheesecake cone. Now, obviously, the funfetti cupcake and the chocolate cheesecake cone, those sound totally normal. I got this dessert because the bubblegum mousse balloon sounded too crazy for me to pass up, and I figure this is the perfect thing to end our list on. I am a firm believer that the only thing that should be bubblegum flavored is bubblegum. I don't think the general flavor of bubblegum is good, especially apparent in my review of the hot dog last year that I mentioned in the beginning of this video with the Kool-Aid hot dog, the Kool-Aid pickle, the funfetti bun, and the bubblegum mustard. And judging by the color and just the overall globby texture of this, I don't know, guys. I mean, it tastes like bubblegum, so I guess they got it right. But that is just not for me. Like I said, bubblegum belongs in bubblegum only. Not a soft mousse-like dessert. Ooh, no way. I will be leaving that. But I will be trying the other desserts, even though these are normal. The funfetti cupcake. Very dense and moist. We love funfettis. Just like Mike's situation, he loves funfetti cake. The chocolate cheesecake cone. This cone is very soggy. This has more of like a mousse texture. I kind of wish this was frozen. I feel like if this was frozen, it'd be a lot tastier. But it's a little too soft for me. Like I said, it tastes like a chocolate mousse almost. Out of the three, funfettis is the winner. I definitely have to say, I think the food this year has definitely been an improvement from years in the past. It wasn't as crazy as it used to be. Nothing will ever compare to that Kool-Aid hot dog. I will never stop thinking about it. Honestly, I'm not kidding, it haunts me. Shout out to all of my Patreon subscribers. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. And if you yourself are a fan of honest food reviews at Disney, at Universal, at fast food restaurants, who knows where I'll be. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I shall see you guys next time. I'm gonna enjoy this beverage and meet my friends for some houses.